Hi, I'm Sierra Rhodes, and I am your child's 8th grade social studies teacher. I made this video tonight because I realized that not everybody has a schedule that is conducive to attend a back-to-school virtual night. And so this video is going to be available for you to watch whenever it is convenient for you. I have my contact information listed here for you. My email address is listed and my phone number. Feel free to use those if you need to get a hold of me. Also, I have Remind. I would encourage you to join my Remind if you have not done so already. Remind, if you're not familiar, is an application. It's free. I do not see your personal information and you do not see mine, but you can get communications from me regarding homework assignments, project due dates, those kinds of things. I also am involved on social media where I post our classroom happenings, so feel free to join join or follow my social media accounts, which are listed there for you. A little bit about me as an educator and my philosophy. So I am somebody who's extremely passionate about what I do. I do not take my job lightly. I know the magnitude and the seriousness of being an educator. I acknowledge that responsibility and I own that. It is my honor and my privilege to serve in your child's life and in their education journey. I believe that it's my job to teach children. Content comes with that, but it's also part of being a better person. And so this year we're going to work towards soft skills like open communication, having a dialogue, differing viewpoints, respectable language, and then building each other up. So that's kind of my goal this year, is really just to nurture, encourage, and build our children up. We do lots of things where we recognize our successes, and ultimately I tell them almost every day, my goal is for them to be better versions of themselves. I attended Hood College and I received my history degree, my English degree, and my secondary education degree. I went to Penn State and I got my master's degree, and I've been teaching for 14 years. Fun fact, if I had not become a teacher, I'd be a funeral director. It's something that I really seriously considered, but I decided to go for teaching, so that's just kind of an interesting, quirky fact about me. A little bit more about my experience. I've worked in many different classrooms, many different roles and responsibilities. I've worked at high schools and middle schools as English teachers, as a social studies teacher, and as a librarian. A little bit about our course. This year, 8th grade is all about becoming a better version of yourself, like I mentioned, and we're going to do that through many different ways. So I really want kids to be familiar with the world around them. It's not just the United States, and so we will look at different kinds of ways and how we can become better versions of ourselves through exploration of different cultures and learning more about different regions, as well as historical and cultural trends. So some things that we will do this year is have conversations that might make people a little uncomfortable or just to step out of their comfort zone, and I encourage honest but respectful language when we do that. So we'll look at topics that range from simple as U.S. states and capitals at the very beginning of the year, and then we'll focus more on U.S. specific history, so early exploration, but we'll tap into a little bit of European exploration and African exploration as well. We'll look at the colonization of the Americas all the way up until the Revolutionary War and then the founding of our new nation. And we'll dabble a little bit with current events as well. You can take a look at how we are breaking up our marking periods. This is just kind of a rough estimate of where we will be. I also am a huge proponent of STEM, and so our kids will have lots and lots of hands-on opportunities to explore history through that realm. We will also do some mystery Skype opportunities where we will meet with other classes around the world, and we will essentially play a game. It's like a 20 question type game, and we try to figure out through using geographical terms where those classes are at, and then we have a dialogue just to find out what school and life is like in other parts of the world. I will be using traditional pencil and paper a lot this year. We will use iPads, and we will also use lots of apps. So please, please, please make sure your kids have their iPads charged and ready to go every day. A little bit about what I expect. Basically, I give 100% of myself every single day, and that's what I'm asking for students in return. So I want them coming in ready to go with an appropriate attitude for success. I want them to give their best and consistent effort, and I want them to treat each other respectfully. They need to come every day with their iPad charged, and as well as a composition notebook, which I've already provided for them. This is what we call our social studies notebook, and it's something that we use every single day. We write bell ringers in there, we take notes in there, we do brainstorming, graphic organizers. It's something that we can't lose. It's really important that they keep it in their possession. And they also need to have a pencil. A little bit about grading. I don't do a whole lot of tests and quizzes. There will be some, but this is very much a project-based class. So there's major and minor assignments, and that's how we grade. So homework is considered a minor assignment. There will be a few quizzes. Their journals may be graded from time to time as well. And then those major assignments, so test, presentations, and projects. So if you are wanting to know where your child stands in my class, they should be checking Sapphire regularly, and you should as well. That's where you will find the most current grades. A little bit about late work. I believe it's my responsibility to teach the whole child, and part of that comes with teaching responsibility. So I do expect students to complete their work on time. We are giving lots of class time to start projects, to work on things in class. I do expect things to be turned in on time. Homework is something that I cannot accept late. We review it in class, and so we take time to go over that, so I can't accept it because we already go over it. Now, I do know that sometimes there are extenuating circumstances. Obviously, I'm going to work with the child on that, but I do expect it to be turned in on time. If for some reason something would happen and a kiddo needs to turn in late for a major assignment, they might be able to do that, and they'll have some points that are going to be deducted if it is turned in late. Again, homework is something that I review in class, so I cannot stress the importance of this enough. They need to be doing it regularly when it is assigned because it's reviewed in class, so they cannot make that up. Additionally, if students have intervention, which is period 7, if they have a DA period 8, or if they have a period 9 homeroom, these are fantastic opportunities to start learning to time manage so that they don't have homework. Or if they do have projects, for example, those would be wonderful periods to take advantage and get things done outside of social studies class. I pride myself in having pretty great rapport with my students. I give them 100% respect, and for the most part I get that back. So I just have 3 expectations, and I think that's what allows our class to roll so smoothly. The first is just being respectful, the second is being responsible, and the third is being honest. And pretty much that lumps up everything. If you are respectful, responsible, and honest, we will have a fantastic year. In the event of distance learning, whether a student is quarantined or if they select distance learning and go virtual or whatever the case may be, I am not using Schoology like we did last year, so this is just a little bit of a heads up for that. So there instead will be Schoology folders, but it's going to be based off of unit. So here's an example for you, Fields of History unit, and then these are the activities that we are completing. So that's something that they will just have to work through. I pride myself in being a very open and communicative teacher. I send lots of emails. Hopefully they're usually good emails. That's what I pride myself in doing, is building students up and building families up. So you will see lots and lots of emails from me. If you have any questions though, you may contact me. I'm always here, and here again is my contact information. Again, thank you so much for the honor and privilege of being your child's teacher, and I look forward to a wonderful school year.